are here. There's a Jedi hiding on this planet. We need to know where he is. You will be rewarded well.
Or you'll be punished.
Reva!
Hands go first.
That blast came from the Death Star. That thing's operational.
Why, hello everyone, this is I, your one and only, your favorite Asian nerd, Nerd. Welcome back to another of my toy show and review presents. And it's gonna be another Star Wars toy line series, mostly vintage collection. That's my most favorite Star Wars toy line ever. Anyway, happy Revenge of the 5th or Revenge of the 6th. So pretty much either way, which one you want to celebrate. So I'll make it a two-part. So since today's the 5th of May, it's Revenge of the 5th. And another revenge will be tomorrow is Revenge of the 6th. So for today of my toy Star Wars review, I'll be presenting 6 figures. Well, the last 3 will be the same. So pretty much the other 3 on the front I will be reviewing is Reva, I believe the 3rd sister. Did I say it right? Yeah, major guess. This is the 3rd sister from the Star Wars show Obi-Wan Kenobi. The Imperial Gunner from Return of the Jedi. The Dark Trooper, pretty much my 2nd Dark Trooper from the Mandalorian series. And new Stormtroopers. These 3 same mold. I bought these 3 at the toy convention at Sacramento, especially the other 3 in the front, Reva, Dark Trooper, and Imperial Gunner as well. And this is the Artillery Stormtrooper, the one in yellow. Anyway, that's all 6 of them. I should open them up. Be right there. Starting off, here is Reva. And she is from Obi-Wan Kenobi. She is the 3rd sister. Pretty much they're called Inquisitors, if you guys know. And pretty much when did the Inquisitors start? I guess pretty much it started with Star Wars Rebel. And I forgot how many seasons were there. I managed to finish. Oh god, I'm nose sneeze. I knew it. I finished the rest of the season of Star Wars Rebel, so it was very new to me. I think it was way back around 2014 or 15. I had a former roommate that is a fan of Star Wars. I got into Star Wars when I was a kid, but never, kind of sealed it a long time, very long, till I finally decided to release it. Thanks to a very good friend of mine that cosplayed as Din Djarin, the Mandalorian. Anyway, so pretty much in Star Wars Rebel, they are called Inquisitors, and mostly the Inquisitor has a high-ranking leader of all Inquisitors. Yes, it's Darth Vader, but in second in command before Darth Vader is the Grand Inquisitor. And the other Inquisitor will be male and female, so they go by brothers or sisters, and they go by numbering them. I do not remember who are the 2nd or the 4th brother, the 5th brother, or brother or sister. I know there were other Inquisitors I know in Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars Fallen Jedi Order or Fallen Jedi Survivor, one of the two. Did I say the right on the sequel of that game? Oh man, yeah. Sorry everyone, I'm very exhausted. I was supposed to get some rest afterward, but I just want to continue on catching up, but same time it's still Star Wars Day. I want to still present it till May the 6th is the final moment of Star Wars Day. And there's no description for Reva, and I'm sorry for lollygagging, but here's the back. I've already got Boba Fett. Yeah, I got Reva now. I do have Obi-Wan Kenobi, pretty much Etsa Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's Anakin Skywalker. There's Ahsoka's Clone Trooper. There's Din Djarin as a disguised Imperial Shore Trooper, which I don't want to get this figure. That's if Hasbro is gonna make a Din Djarin figure with a removable helmet, besides swapping heads like other Mandalorian figures I own. Here's Darth Vader, the Dark Times. Not going to get him because I've already got a Darth Vader that has a removable helmet and shows his face. And here's the Mandalorian Super Commando. I don't know if they did appear in Obi-Wan Kenobi or they still is around in the Mandalorian series. I might be wrong. The only thing I know they did appear is the Clone Wars. So I'm debating on if I want to get this or leave it as that, depending. Anyway, enough said. Time to open up Reva. And I completely forgot to bring the display stands for my new figures, which I'm out of the rectangular display stands. I only have the circle display stands. But anyway, here's Reva, and to know a little more history for Reva, was a youngling in the Jedi Order she survived Order 66. How she survived? Yeah. That's how she survived. Lord Vader knew about her. She was a youngling that he did not kill, but killed the rest of her friends. And now she's all grown up. Takes place way before New Hope, and that's when Luke and Leia were kids. So this is like way back. But if you guys watch Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know what happened to the ending. Reva did not die, but I was feeling unsure what's up with her, what's happened after she left the Inquisitor and lived her life. And at the same time, I forgot she was injured by Darth Vader when she did it for revenge. Yeah. Anyway, here's the details for Reva as a third sister in her Inquisitor outfit. So pretty much all Inquisitors wears sort of like the Knights of Ren, but I do not mention this. I do not mention the new Star Wars movie in this review. I know you guys could call me a hater, but guys and girls, I was born in '86, and I saw the original trilogy when I was I think I was 6 years old around 1990 when I saw the original trilogy on TV. Anyway, for Reva, the third sister's articulation, head is on a ball joint, very double ball joint. Arm could do a 360, her armor plate is in the way. But anyway, shoulder bend, elbow swivel, hand swivel, very tight joint on this one. I'm really worried about the plastic. And I do not recall she has any hand tilts for this one. Waist swivel, I believe, and has an ab crunch. Legs move forward. Thank you, Hasbro, for not making the weird articulation leg. Legs move back. Can do a Jean-Claude Van Damme, but yeah, her lightsaber hilt is in the way. Hip swivel, nice. Knee bend, knee swivel. Ankle tilt back and forward, and I think it doesn't have a rocking. Not all vintage collection figures are the same, so some of their articulation will be different. And she has her weapons. She has the Inquisitor lightsaber, but it's like the same like the Grand Inquisitor. I prefer to have her two lightsaber. I believe it splits in half. And yes, I did brought the Grand Inquisitor, so be right there. I'm gonna put these two double split lightsaber for Reva and bring out the Grand Inquisitor. And here it is, next to the Grand Inquisitor, the leader of all the Inquisitors. And you know what? I thought the Grand Inquisitor is a different person, but I found out this is the same Grand Inquisitor from Star Wars Rebel, but different actor and different voice. And yes, I have Reva with her two lightsaber. And yep, here it is. This is Reva, the third sister of the Inquisitors. Oh yeah, to make it short and sweet about these Inquisitors, you know, they never met Palpatine, or they did maybe when he didn't show his true colors, but Palpatine knows that Vader did had other formal Jedis that joined the Empire, and then normally the rules about Siths is the power of two, the Master and the Apprentice. But to spare their lives, I guess Palpatine ordered Vader to send the Inquisitors to a different planet so he doesn't want to see their faces. That's just my own saying. Anyway, this is Reva, the third sister. Next one will be the Imperial Gunner from Return of the Jedi. And here it is. This is the Imperial Gunner from Return of the Jedi. And I knew it is the same because I forgot to bring my two Imperial Gunners, Power of the Force Imperial Gunners, so they're both the same. But yeah, I do have them, but here's the clip below, here's the picture below or next to. Yep. So pretty much now I have a total of 3 Imperial Gunners, even though the 2 figures will be different than this vintage line. Anyway, in the back, here are other figures. There's the Bespin Guard. I have too many Stormtroopers, but I used the 2 Stormtroopers and swap heads to make them into Remnant Troopers. And yes, there's the Imperial Gunner right here. And there's another Bespin Guard. And here's R2-D2 with some sort of searching scouter on his head. I have too many R2-D2s, so I'm not sure if I want to get them. But I need to collect the Bespin Guards as well, since I have Lando and Lobot. Anyway, I should open up the Imperial Gunner. Be right there. Hey, here it is, the Imperial Gunner from Return of the Jedi. And yes, they did appear A New Hope. They do, more than they man the turrets, they do sometimes Imperial Gunners are stationed in other areas. Some Imperial Gunners do activate the Death Ray. I do not remember what we call for the Death Star. For when Moff Tarkin did issue an order, and pretty much Moff Tarkin's other second in command or other Imperial officer will send the order to the Imperial Gunners or the Death Star Gunners to get ready to fire one ready. For the articulation for the Imperial Gunner, head is on a ball joint, very loose ball joint, but I like that. I don't like tight ball joints because reasons. Arm 360. And yes, I'm a scruffy looking nerf herder if you keep on watching my chin beard or chin hair. Anyway, continue on. Shoulder bend, elbow swivel, hand swivel, and I believe I could see it has a wrist hand tilt. And let's see, waist swivel, and yes, has an ab crunch. Arm, oh my goodness, I knew it. Hasbro had created the weird leg articulation. So you know what I had to do. Swivel the hips and move the leg forward or back. And yes, has a hip swivel as well on this part. So that's sort of disappointing, but hey, I am army building the Imperials. I don't know when I'm going to cut down the army building because I need to army build the Rebels as well. And especially I'm army building the Mandalorians too. Anyway, continue on. Knee bent, knee swivel, ankle tilt, and has an ankle swivel. So pretty much this, Hasbro had made other figures with the weird leg articulation. At least it can sort of still do a little Jean-Claude Van Damme. And only weapon he comes with is his Imperial blaster. Fit in and have the index finger poke through the holster or his hole or the blaster hole if I can. And yep, here it is. At least he could stand firmly better and not fall down, but that's the cool part. But here it is, the Imperial Gunner. Next one, the final Imperial. Then not the semi-final yet, not yet the final. So next semi-final figure will be the Dark Trooper from the Mandalorian series. Be right there. And here's the Dark Trooper, and just to cover everything, pretty much there are two different types of Dark Trooper. So if you guys remember the deluxe version of the Dark Trooper, it comes with more accessory, hand swapping, and their, I guess, canopy pod thing where they rest. But if you guys didn't get a chance to buy it, there's never the end of the world. You could always get the single pack like this one. I was going to plan to get more Dark Troopers with the canopy pod thing they rest in, but on second thought, I think I'll just have only one of that and get these ones. Maybe 20 of these. Yes, I'm going overboard. But yeah, so. And continuing on about the Dark Trooper, they're not really new in the Star Wars universe. The Dark Trooper I remember was during playing Dark Forces when you play as the main character Kyle Katarn. Yeah, the Dark Trooper, they were like big, silver, bulky, and at the same time, you don't really steal the remnant or the deceased Imperial soldiers' organs and put them in their body. I kind of figured that out. That Moff Gideon took the formal Imperial's organs and transferred to this Dark Trooper to make them robotic and sort of alive. But the Dark Troopers in Dark Forces are like big, silver, bulky, and I believe an Imperial is just wearing a heavy armor just like Iron Man. And there is a description, so there's no figures to show. So the description for the Dark Trooper is hulking Imperial combat droids with gleaming black armor and powerful jet boots. The Dark Troopers are a powerful design made by Moff Gideon. Anyway, I shall open him up. And I'm going to give you the bad news. I think I'm going to have to keep him standing because he won't stay still. And the worst part is I forgot these type of display stands doesn't fit for the Dark Trooper because their peg holes are smaller. Anyway, so this is not the first time I got the Dark Trooper. This is my second time in the way. I don't remember if I recall if I did a review on the deluxe Dark Trooper. But there is another deluxe version for the Dark Trooper with Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, with battle damage in flames, which I'll think about buying that anyway. Buying that version as well. Maybe I'll check on Amazon. Anyway, so here it is, the Dark Trooper. Look at the details. And I am thinking about buying, I think there's 3 different versions of Dark Troopers. Here's this version, the Mandalorian version. I meant Mandalorian as the show. And there's the Dark Forces Dark Trooper. I think I'll just stick with the big buff one, and not buy the rest. Well, depending on, because in Dark Forces there was like a lot of those Dark Troopers. And there's I believe there was a prototype Dark Trooper. I do not remember if it's in Force Unleashed or it's from Dark Forces. Anyway, articulation for the Dark Trooper. Head on a ball joint. Arm cannot really do a 360 because the shoulder patch is in the way, but does have a shoulder bend, elbow swivel, hand swivel, and I believe this part could have a hand tilt. Yep. And let's see, waist swivel, ab crunch a little, and let's see, if you excuse me, I gotta make some room here. Legs move forward and back, not a lot because of the front crotch piece and the back piece is in the way. Can do a Jean-Claude Van Damme, that's a good part. Let's see, hip swivels, yes it does. Knee bend, oh man, I didn't thought about this, but this is scary. So it has a knee bend, knee swivel, ankle tilt back and forward, and has a swivel. And comes with, the Dark Trooper comes with their own Imperial, looks like Imperial shotgun to me, shot blast. And you could have him hold it like this. And just like the show, how they carry their weapon, they like walk like robots, so in the way, I'll have him hold it like this. The downside part for this Dark Trooper is since it's a single pack, it doesn't come with all the accessory like changeable hands and the, as I said, the resting Academy pod thing where they rest. Anyway, this is the Dark Trooper. Now the final, pretty much, it's the 3 same figure. I will be I'll be showing the final Imperial or Stormtroopers is the artillery Stormtrooper from the Mandalorian series. And I believe they appeared in season 2 while trying to kidnap the child, but then trying to kidnap the child on Morak, but got their butt whooped by the Mandalorian Boba Fett, and I don't remember if there's a scene Fennec Shan kicked their asses. Excuse my language. Anyway, I'll be right there. The last figure will be coming out, and I'm showing you. Okay, where could I start for this final figure? I have so many different type of Stormtroopers. Oh man, I don't know how many different type of Stormtroopers are there. Back in the original trilogy, we only have like 2 type of Stormtroopers. 3 type of Stormtroopers. I'll say 5 type of Stormtroopers. You got the Stormtroopers, all white from the original trilogy. Then there's the TIE fighter that looked like Stormtroopers, TIE fighter pilot. Then there's the Sand Troopers. Oh, I forgot. I messed up. But anyway, there's the Sand Troopers. Then, there are 6. So there is the AT-AT Stormtrooper. There's the, there's the Snow Trooper. And then in Return of the Jedi, there's the Scout Trooper. So I count 6 different Stormtroopers in the original trilogy. But oh man, now there are more Stormtroopers. Like I can't really remember the rest. I could remember from video games and other shows. Like in The Force Unleashed, all I remember is the Evo Trooper, but I do not remember the rest of other Stormtroopers. And there's the Jet Trooper. I do have 2 of them. Oh my goodness. I can't list all the Stormtroopers, it's so hard. But anyway, here it is, the Artillery Stormtrooper. The one in yellow. What are they called, artillery? We see the weapons here. There's pretty much a shoot grenade launcher. I don't know, or I don't know what is it called, what they shoot out. But it comes in the back are other figures, and sadly we don't have a description. Anyway, I've already know. There's some of them are the same. I've already talked about this one, but in this one, but I don't think I have this one. That Clatoon, what's it called? A Clatooinian Raider. Oh yeah, Klaatu is one of the Scarif guards from Jabba's palace or Jabba's gang. But I believe this Clatooinian is, I don't know where he came from. I think he's in The Mandalorian season 1. And I like this, and I do have this Luke Skywalker a long time ago. It was the Imperial Light Cruiser, or the Mandalorian Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, which I customized. I kind of took him apart and customized this Luke Skywalker, transferred a few body parts to the 30th anniversary Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. I do have Cal Kestis. I do have Cassian Andor. Got him already. And I do not have, I think her name is Vel Sartha. That's from Andor. And there's that Stormtrooper in Andor's show. Pretty much all dirt up, with a black cape. I do not know what type of Stormtrooper it is. But anyway, enough said. I shall open up the Artillery Stormtrooper, the final figure. Be right back. And here it is. The final figure coming out of the packet is the Artillery Stormtrooper. And I recognize he almost looked like the Sand Trooper because of the same pauldron. That's why we call it, not a shoulder armor, or somewhat a shoulder armor, but it's a pauldron they wear for the right shoulder. But the major difference, even though it looks like a Sand Trooper, it's the backpack that is different. So pretty much, I guess the Sand Trooper won't be the only one. There'll be other Stormtrooper with different names like this. And comes with his accessory. I guess this is a grenade launcher. And for the gimmick, the only gimmick is you just have to put a cartridge inside, and boom, that's it. No button to push to make the shooting projectile away like old times say back in my childhood days. And if you want to take it out, you just have to dump it out. So yeah, that's kind of sad. But at the same time, I get why Hasbro did not make that type of shooting projectile, because yeah, there are four type of cartridge for the Artillery Stormtroopers right in my hand. Because if they did that for a kid that will buy this figure and shoot it in the house, they will lose the piece forever. So I get it. I get that route. I get the reason. Blah. For the Artillery Stormtrooper, pretty much it's the same mode like the Vintage Collection Stormtrooper. And if you want to make it like a normal Stormtrooper, you could just pop the head off and remove the pauldron and put the head back in. And it looks like a normal Stormtrooper, but that's weird. Oh, I see Hasbro created a different ball joint for these Stormtroopers. But anyway, for the artillery's articulation, his head is on the ball joint. And I'll just do it with the left hand. So arm can do a 360, shoulder bent, elbow bent, elbow swivel, hand swivel, and I believe he has a hand wrist tilt like this. Oh yeah, it looks like I'm going to break his hand. So it's same as the Vintage Collection Stormtrooper. The articulation of the leg, Hasbro. Why Hasbro? Why? Must I keep on saying this? They made the weird leg articulation again. So I'm not going to do that part. I'm not going to swivel the hips to make the leg move forward and back, which you guys should know that already. But it does have a swivel. Knee bent, knee swivel, ankle tilt, forward and back, and it has a rocking ankle joint. And yes, can do a Jean-Claude Van Damme, but you had to swivel his hips in order to bend the split. And this is not the only artillery trooper I have. I have two more. And they're already out of the, and I already took them out of the packet, but I kept their artillery weapons in the packet. I'll just take them. I'll take it out right after the review. So here it is. Now I have 3 extra artillery trooper. How many artillery stormtrooper I'm going to collect? I think about maybe 3 more or maybe 10. Like I'm army building. As I told you, I am army building in the way, buying the same mold, especially same mold from each different Star Wars line. Like Power of the Force, Saga Collection, Original Trilogy Collection, Legacy Collection, and maybe the Comet Pack. Maybe. Anyway, that's the final figure. I shall bring the rest of the other figures I had reviewed from the last few minutes ago. And here it is, the rest of the figures I reviewed. Oh man, I can't really find the right word. I'm this. Anyway, yep. And yeah, in the front is the Grand Inquisitor. Of course, he is pretty sort of third in command. Anyway, that concludes the review of the 6 figures. Well, pretty much the same figure as the other 3. But it's still Star Wars Day, so tomorrow will be the last Star Wars Day, Revenge of the Sith. Until next time, everyone. Happy Revenge of the 5th, okay?